Because these two teams throw the ball so well that the run game is insignificant to either one of them. What's your take on that?
I don't buy that at all, especially for us, because I feel like our offense, we're at our best when we're balanced with the run game and the pass game. So I think for us to establish the run game, it's going to be key for us.
Run game is working, that helps that. But time of possession is no good if you don't score every time you possess it against these guys, right?
Exactly, and we know that they have a very good red zone defense, and a lot of teams have moved the ball on them, but when they got to the red zone, they failed to score points. So we know that once we get down there, even if we've been controlling the ball and the clock, that once we get down there, we need to put points on the board.
Sam, it's been a year now, but what do you actually remember from last year? Is it all a blur?
Oh, obviously I've watched it, so I know pretty much everything that happened now, and it's a little frustrating to turn on the tape and see that played the first couple plays and then wasn't out there to finish the game with my teammates. So there's probably a little bit of extra motivation to go out there and play well this year.
Sam, it's only natural, whether you want to listen to the Heisman talk or not, for somebody to say something to you, and it's also only natural to kind of press it and feel like you're under the gun. Will you address that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are talking about that and mentioning it, but it's probably the last thing that I'm thinking about this week, because you start thinking about that, then you get away from what's really important. That's winning this football game, and I think this football game is probably the biggest game we've played in all year, because it's got implications on probably who goes to the Big 12 championship and then possibly who goes to the national championship. So I think this game is the most important thing that we've done as a team so far this year.
Does Coach Heupel talk to you about not thinking about, he was in the middle of the Heisman race as well?
Yeah, I think he's mentioned it a couple of times and just said, all that stuff, it takes care of itself after the season, and it's really nothing to worry about in the season.
Sam, what impresses you about Tech's defense? Most people say this is the best one they've ever had.
Yeah, kind of like I said earlier, they're a very good defense, and once they get to the red zone, they really buckle down and kind of stop people. People don't score when they get down there. They don't give up many big plays. They keep everything in front of them. They're very disciplined, and I think they are a very good defense.
Do you get a chance, I assume you're looking at opposing defenses a lot more than opposing offenses, but do you get a chance to see the other quarterbacks in the conference, and what about Errol impresses you if you have?
I get to see a little bit, and probably from what I've seen from him, he's very patient. I think he does a great job of buying time in the pocket, sliding around, moving, to buy an extra second to find an open receiver. And I think, once he finds an open receiver, he's very good at, getting the ball there.
Is this fun for you as a quarterback to be involved in a shootout, a one-on-one matchup with him? Not necessarily you guys are going against each other, but certainly that's where the attention is going to be, is the fact that you've got two Heisman contending quarterbacks, national championship contending quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think more than that, though, it's exciting to be in a game with two top 5 teams getting to play in Norman at home. I don't know. I don't think we've played a top 5 team at home since I've been here. So to get to be a part of that and play in front of our fans, I think that's the most exciting thing about this game.
Jason White said he used to go buy his offensive line some dinners and everything. Do you do anything special for your offensive line?
Well, we tried that last year, and let's just say it didn't work before the Colorado game. So I got something in mind, though, for the end of the year.
Earlier, Coach Stu said that, I don't know if he was kidding or not, but he said it's something similar that happened in this game that would happen last year. He'd just tell you to get out of the way. But we've seen you block this year. We've seen you instinctively. You can't do that. If something happens, you're going to try to tackle.
Well, obviously, you're not going to give up 6 points. If I am forced into a situation to make a tackle, I will. But let's hope that doesn't happen.
Can you stop yourself from leading with your head or something like that?
We'll try. Maybe we'll go lower this year.
Sam, you have everybody talking about the BCS bowls the last few years, and you guys have improved on the road, not so much for a national championship or Heisman or anything, but can you look at this game as maybe a statement to prove that this program has gotten past that level, that that BCS lost type level, that get people to stop talking about that?
I guess you could look at it that way, but I think probably to do that, you probably have to go to a BCS game and win. But you know, obviously if we win this game, then, you know, we probably put ourselves in a chance to get to go play in a BCS game, and then we can make a statement in that game. But I really don't think that, you know, we can look at this game as a way to make a statement about that.
This is the biggest game here since you've been on this team. Can you feel a buzz around campus? Is it that exciting more than any other game?
You know, just in class, talking to my friends, talking to people, you know, I think everyone here is excited for this game. And, you know, even the energy in the locker room, I felt like yesterday, you know, as a team, I felt like we probably had the most energy for a Monday practice that we've had in a long time. So, you know, I think everyone's excited to play on Saturday.
Bob basically said that the crowd isn't nearly as big a factor as it is a lot of places. Is there anything that can be done from a player standpoint to help that, or do you sense that it will be bigger on Saturday?
You know, I don't think there's anything, you know, from a player standpoint that, you know, we could do. But, you know, I've talked to a couple of my friends, and I think they heard Coach Stoops' comments, and, you know, that probably got them fired up. So hopefully if it got those guys fired up, everyone heard it, and it'll be louder on Saturday.
Talked about playing at home, and that's a reward in itself. Is there something extra for you guys, knowing you have the nation's longest home field winning streak? I mean, is there something to this game because you're playing at home that you guys take special pride in?
You know, I think there's a lot of things that you take pride in, you know, when you play at home, especially, you know, for our seniors, it's their last time that they're going to get to play here. So, you know, I think there's a lot of guys who, you know, they want to go out here on a win. They don't want to leave on a loss. So, you know, I think there's a lot of things that play into it, but, you know, when you play at home, you don't want to lose any time, especially this game.
I know you have confidence in your defense, but do you have to have the mentality, knowing how good their offense is, that you guys have to score every time, that it could be a shootout?
Well, I mean, our attitude going into every game is that we want to score every time we touch the ball, so I really don't think that we're going to have to change our philosophy or our mindset going into this game.
You told us about going on the road and coming out, you know, with lack of energy, lack of focus, and playing flat, that kind of thing. Being at home, 59-2, Coach Stoops' teams are. What can you pinpoint that? Is it partly the crowd? Is it guys just being at home, being focused? What do you think about that?
You know, I think it's probably different for every player. You know, the difference between playing at home on the road. But I feel that as a team, you know, we do come out with more energy. You know, at home, especially in front of our home fans, no one wants to let them down, and you know, I think there probably is a little bit more focus when we play here.
Sam, why is it seems you guys on offense seem to press the issue early? You've had some really big leads, and then after that first quarter, it seems like you get into more of the flow of a game, and it slows down a little bit offensively.
You know, I really don't know why. You know, I think part of that could be that, you know, sometimes we come out in the first quarter and the defense we're playing, they're not used to the tempo that we play at, and, you know, they get used to that, and they start, you know, making adjustments to our tempo. But, you know, I think sometimes that could be on us just becoming a little bit lax, you know, once we get a lead and not, you know, keeping the gas going.
Would you like to, Coach Stoops last week talked about, or 2 weeks ago, talked about sportsmanship issues, things like that. Would you like to keep the foot on the gas?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a problem with scoring 70 every game?
No. I kind of like to score 70.
Sam, this may be a silly question because of the success you had, but how have you had to adapt, or how do you like the no huddle? Is that something that you really like now and you didn't like? What?
Yeah.
Take us through your progression.
Yeah. You know, when they first, you know, told us about it, when we first started practicing it, you know, I really wasn't sure about it because I was uncomfortable in it, and, you know, I felt like everything was just, you know, everyone was kind of in a panic because no one really knew what was going on, and we were just going 90 miles an hour. But, you know, I think once we've all gotten used to it and, you know, played in it for several months now together, I really enjoy it, and I think everyone else does too.
How have you handled the celebrity image on campus? When you came here, a lot of people are talking about Sam Bradford. What's your life like now?
Yeah, I would say that, you know, probably a few more people recognize me now out on campus than when I first got here, but it's not bad. Usually try to wear a hat. Hopefully that helps, but I don't know, something you get used to.
Let's see it.